Alexander the Great, a name synonymous with conquest and unparalleled leadership, was born in Pella, the capital of the Kingdom of Macedon, in 356 BCE. This ancient city, rich in history and culture, would be the backdrop for the early years of a boy destined to change the world. His father was King Philip II, a shrewd and ambitious ruler who had transformed Macedon into a formidable military power. Philip's vision and military reforms laid the foundation for what would become one of the most powerful empires in history. Alexander's mother was Olympias, the daughter of King Neoptolemus I of Epirus, a woman known for her fierce spirit and strong will. Olympias was deeply religious and believed that her son was destined for greatness, often telling Alexander that he was a descendant of the gods. From a young age, Alexander displayed exceptional intelligence, ambition, and a thirst for knowledge. He was not just a student of books but also of the world around him, always eager to learn and understand more. Recognizing his son's potential, Philip II provided Alexander with the finest education available, appointing the renowned philosopher Aristotle as his tutor. Aristotle, one of the greatest minds of the time, was tasked with shaping the young prince's intellect and character. Aristotle instilled in Alexander a deep appreciation for Greek philosophy, literature, and culture, shaping his worldview and igniting within him a desire to spread Greek knowledge throughout the world. The teachings of Aristotle would leave an indelible mark on Alexander, influencing his approach to leadership and governance. Under Aristotle's guidance, Alexander developed a keen intellect, a passion for learning, and a profound respect for Greek culture, all of which would profoundly influence his actions as a ruler. He learned about ethics, politics, and the art of war, preparing him for the immense responsibilities that lay ahead. At the age of 16, Alexander's military training began in earnest. He was not just a scholar but also a warrior, trained in the arts of combat and strategy. He quickly proved himself to be a skilled and courageous warrior, leading Macedonian troops to victory in several battles. His early successes on the battlefield earned him the respect and loyalty of his soldiers. His strategic brilliance and tactical acumen were evident even at this young age, foreshadowing the military genius that he would later display on a grand scale. Alexander's ability to inspire and lead his men was unmatched, setting the stage for his future conquests. In 336 BCE, at the age of 20, Alexander ascended to the Macedonian throne following his father's assassination. The young king was now in command of a powerful kingdom and faced the daunting task of continuing his father's legacy. Upon inheriting a powerful kingdom and a well-trained army, Alexander immediately set out to fulfill his father's ambition of conquering the Persian Empire. He was driven by a vision of a vast empire that would unite the East and the West. With a burning ambition to conquer the world and spread Greek culture, Alexander embarked on a series of military campaigns that would forever alter the course of history. His conquests would not only expand his empire but also spread Greek culture and ideas far and wide, leaving a lasting legacy that endures to this day. Before embarking on his ambitious conquest of Persia, Alexander the Great first had to consolidate his power in Greece, ensuring that his homeland was secure and unified. Several Greek city-states, resentful of Macedonian dominance and eager to reclaim their independence, saw Philip's death as an opportunity to rebel against the new young ruler. Alexander, however, swiftly crushed these uprisings with a combination of strategic brilliance and sheer force, demonstrating his military prowess and ruthlessness to all who opposed him. His decisive actions served as a stark warning to any who dared challenge his authority, solidifying his reputation as a formidable leader not to be trifled with. With Greece securely under his control and the rebellious city-states subdued, Alexander turned his attention eastward toward the vast and wealthy Persian Empire. The Persian Empire, ruled by Darius III, was a sprawling realm that stretched from Asia Minor to the Indus River, encompassing diverse cultures and immense wealth. It possessed a massive army, bolstered by seemingly inexhaustible resources, and was considered one of the most powerful empires of the ancient world. Despite the Persian Empire's apparent might and vast resources, Alexander remained undeterred. He was driven by a potent combination of ambition, strategic brilliance, and an unshakable belief in his own destiny to conquer and unite the known world. In 334 BCE, Alexander led his army across the Hellespont, the narrow strait separating Europe from Asia, marking the beginning of his legendary campaign against the Persian Empire. This bold move was the first step in a series of conquests that would change the course of history. His army, though smaller in number compared to the Persian forces, was highly disciplined, exceptionally well-trained, and fiercely loyal to their young and charismatic king. Alexander's first major encounter with the Persians occurred at the Battle of Granicus River in 334 BCE. This battle would set the tone for the many confrontations to come. The Persians, confident in their numerical superiority and the strength of their formations, vastly underestimated the Macedonians' fighting spirit and Alexander's tactical genius. In a bold and daring maneuver, Alexander led a cavalry charge that shattered the Persian lines, securing a decisive victory and demonstrating his unparalleled leadership and military acumen. This victory not only boosted the morale of his troops but also sent a clear message to the Persian Empire. Alexander was a force to be reckoned with. Following his victory at Granicus River, Alexander continued his relentless eastward advance. He liberated Greek cities along the Ionian coast, further solidifying his reputation as a liberator and a champion of Greek freedom. He then marched south, engaging and defeating Persian forces at the Battle of Issus in 333 BCE. This victory, a testament to Alexander's strategic brilliance and the Macedonian army's fighting prowess, resulted in the capture of Darius III's family, a significant psychological blow to the Persian king. Despite this setback, Darius III assembled a massive army, seeking to crush Alexander and halt his advance once and for all. The two armies clashed at Gaugamela, near modern-day Mosul, Iraq, in 331 BCE. The Battle of Gaugamela, one of the most decisive battles in history, pitted Alexander's military genius against the overwhelming numerical superiority of the Persian army. Once again, Alexander's tactical brilliance proved decisive. He skillfully outmaneuvered the Persians, exploiting gaps in their lines and unleashing the full fury of the Macedonian companion cavalry. Despite facing seemingly insurmountable odds, Alexander's strategic genius and the Macedonians' unwavering courage secured a decisive victory, effectively ending the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Darius III fled the battlefield, later assassinated by one of his own satraps. With the Persian Empire in ruins, a significant chapter in history had closed. Alexander turned his attention eastward, driven by an unquenchable ambition and a vision of unparalleled conquest. He sought to reach the easternmost edge of the known world, a realm shrouded in mystery and legend. He conquered the remaining Persian satrapies, each victory adding to his growing legend. Extending his empire from Egypt to the borders of India, Alexander's dominion seemed limitless. His relentless eastward march was fueled by an insatiable thirst for knowledge, a desire to understand the world in its entirety. This desire to reach the ends of the earth was more than just a quest for territory, it was a quest for enlightenment, and the ambition to create an empire that encompassed all known civilizations, uniting them under his rule. In 326 BCE, a pivotal moment in his campaign arrived. Alexander's army reached the Indus River Valley, a region rich in culture and history. Here he faced the formidable King Porus, a ruler known for his strength and strategic acumen. The Battle of the Hydaspes River was a clash of titans, a test of wills and strategies. Fought against King Porus of the Parava kingdom, it was one of Alexander's most challenging battles. The battle was fierce, with Porus's forces putting up a formidable resistance. Despite the fierce resistance of Porus's forces, including the terrifying war elephants, Alexander's army emerged victorious, their spirits lifted by the hard-fought win. Impressed by Porus's courage and resilience, Alexander saw a kindred spirit in his adversary. In a rare display of magnanimity, Alexander chose to honor Porus's bravery. He allowed Porus to remain as ruler of his kingdom, a gesture that spoke volumes about his respect for worthy adversaries. This act was a testament to Alexander's respect for worthy adversaries, a quality that set him apart from many conquerors. Despite his victory at the Hydaspes River, the campaign had taken its toll. Alexander's eastward advance came to an end on the banks of the Beas River, a natural barrier that marked the limits of his conquests. Exhausted from years of campaigning, his soldiers were at their breaking point. Facing the prospect of confronting even more powerful Indian kingdoms, the morale of his troops waned. Alexander's soldiers, weary of endless war and yearning for home, longed for the familiar comforts of their homeland. They refused to go any further, their spirits broken by the relentless march and constant battles. Reluctantly, Alexander agreed to turn back. a decision that weighed heavily on his heart. His dream of conquering all of India unfulfilled, Alexander's army began the long journey home, their legacy forever etched in history.